Hi, everybody. We here at McStabber Studios appreciate you tuning in to see our tabletop RPG streams. Some of the content of our streams may be a bit mature and cause emotional responses in viewers. We really take the well-being of our viewers very seriously, and we want you to do what you need to if something triggers you. Mute the stream, take a break, or just skip an episode. Otherwise, if you decide to stay tuned in, we are available in chat during the streams to talk you through it if you need that. Thank you so much, and we hope you enjoy this game session.
Good evening, and welcome to McStabber Studios' Windy City After Dark. I am the storyteller, Shanky McStabber.
Gavin, I play Lamar Cade of Clan La Sombra.
I'm Raylan Dare, Shanky's wife, and I play Jacqueline Durand, but her friends call her Jackie, of Clan Ventrue.
I'm Urian, and I play Roscoe Akers, Clan Tremere.
I'm Mandy. I'm playing Destiny Star Jones, Toreador.
I'm Plunder, and I'm playing Jonathan Berkeley, Clan Tremere.
I'm Lady Marowith, and I'm playing Eleanor Thurston, Clan Malkavian.
And we're so happy to have Plunder here tonight. He was caught in the path of the hurricane, but he survived. His net's not what he wanted it to be, but at least he's alive, and that's what's important. And he's so dedicated to the game. He is here. Chicago. Ask someone to picture the city, and they will have trouble coming up with a concise description. When people think of New York, they think of the skyscrapers, subways, and muggers. When they think of Los Angeles, they think of the sun, smog, and traffic. When they think of Detroit, they think of cars, factories, and decay. But for those of us who know, there is only one thing you picture when someone mentions Chicago. That's vampires. And tonight, we will tell the story. When we last visited this coterie, they had been given their own domain and actually had first become a coterie. Now, in the intervening time, about a week has passed. But there's a few events that we have to cover that occurred during this previous week. People had individuals they wanted to meet. Some of them had their own events. And I'm going to open up and allow Eleanor to describe her ritual process that she did after finding out she had a coterie.
Well, I went home and I have a special bowl that I filled with water and I put it in the center of the floor, my haven. And I have some dried herbs that I put onto it, lavender, sage, And I lit some candles, but not the real ones because those are dangerous. Instead, they're LED, much safer, and get the job done the same way. Turn off all the lights, make symbols around the bowl, sit next to it, and look into the water and wait for visions to come.
So,
Whatever the gods might see fit to bring.
So you will roll. Resolve all specs.
All right. So,
We will see.
and specs. Is that gonna do it?
Perhaps.
Perhaps not. Let me do this the other way. Since I don't want to catch Lamar's tech gremlins.
There we go.
There we go.
4 successes.
4.
As you stare into the bowl of water, you see the scene shift. You're overlooking part of Chicago. At the start of it, you can tell it's not Chicago as it is now. It's more Chicago as it was. And the water turns red. And you can feel the blood spilled. And as you're watching, there's ripples. With each ripple, more blood has been added, and more. And you catch glimpses of the city passing through time. But you're really only looking at one portion, though you don't recognize it. But in each case, blood is spilled, violence occurs, and there's death. So the final image in there shows streets you recognize. It is your domain. But in this vision, the streets are the wash of blood. Blood from the past. Blood possibly from the future. But great violence has been done there. And then you return to yourself.
Not ideal, but I'm also not sure what exactly I expected. And I'll make a mental note of that.
Okay. Now, we're going to flash to Mr. Lamarcade. He has someone he wishes to speak with. Someone very important.
So shortly after his first meeting with the coterie, Lamar will return to his haven for the evening. He will advise his retainer to make a phone call to a particular number and then indicate that he's requesting a face-to-face meeting at his supervisor's convenience. And he will wait to be contacted on when and where that meeting will take place.
Doesn't take long. And you're given a road and a mile marker. Now the road is actually not far from O'Hare Airport. But it's one of the side streets that you know of that isn't used much.
Lamar will arm up, and then he will get back in the car, get on the road as quickly as possible to that mile marker. He wants to kind of scout the place out and just make sure that neither of them are followed, especially since he knows that his contact is trying to keep an extremely low profile these days. He would like to assist in doing so, helping him keep a low profile and keeping him safe, so to speak.
Okay. And so you drive out there. And this time of night, it definitely is deserted. Crickets and just the sounds of nightlife. It's a deserted part, forested on both sides. Not big forest, just a little overgrowth of trees.
Take a look around the area just really quickly to allay my own personal suspicions, and then I will wait until he arrives.
Doesn't take long. You can tell when he's coming, though. You can hear it. The noises of the forest kind of die down a bit, as if sensing there's bigger predators about. And then a man steps from the shadows of the trees. Thinning kind of white hair, with a tattoo down his forehead. Man you know very well. Good evening, Templar Lamar.
Good evening, sir. Sorry to call you out here, but wanted to give you an update on what's going on and what I'm doing right now.
Tally looks at you calmly. Always have time.
And Lamar nods, and well, turns out that Alan Sovereign gave me a call. Not so much a call, but he sent an invitation to a nice little joint around, and he'll give like the basic area of where the Rotary Haven is. It's a steakhouse called Sylvester's. Met there with some cami types. Friend adventurer who's aggressively French, a couple of Tremere, a Toreador that might secretly be a Nosferatu, or a Nosferatu posing as a Toreador. I can't tell quite which just yet. And a Malk. And we're basically the janitorial squad because they've put this place right. They've given us the territory right near the rack, so I expect there to be some problems here in the future. But they haven't told us exactly why they want us there, but sounds like, yeah, we're the cleanup crew for when something goes wrong.
Well, old boy, sounds like they've put you in a very interesting spot. I know of Sylvester's.
Thought you might.
We had a pack there. Nearby, at least. Had.
Did we? Yeah.
They weren't too keen on the sacrifice.
Didn't think so.
So they became the sacrifice.
All right, good. Well, at least won't have to explain to anybody where at least those problems are coming from. I don't know if we've got anybody else in the area that's escaped the current sacrifice, but I'll keep an eye out. Like I said, I don't think there's going to be any problems, at least from that end. But I do expect some Camarilla chump to come try and test us soon. And I'm going to have to remember not to splatter them all over 5th Street.
I wasn't one who helped clean that up. He was given up by another in the city who wished to change sides, but I'll be frank. I don't know for sure if they're all gone or not. All we have is the word that Sheriff Damien eliminated them.
Okay. Do we know who it was that turned them over for their sacrifice, by chance?
Yes, actually, I do. Let me pull it up real quick. I got the name written right here. Edward Neely. You might recognize the name. He used to be Sinshaw. Under Loden, he was one of ours.
Right.
But when Loden fell, he decided to make a deal on his own. He gave up many of the packs, which, to be honest, oh boy, I thought was helpful to me in some ways. As you know, my job coming here was to clean things up and pave the way. It was a little bit easier when some of them were already removed. The hard part, of course, is making sure they've removed them. You know how hard it is to eliminate some of the packs out there.
Yeah. We didn't keep slouches around, that's for sure. All right. Well, I'll keep an eye out for Neely, just see if I can get an idea of what he's doing these days. As it turns out, there's one of the Tremere in this little group was present in DC during that raid on the Chantry. He hasn't picked me out yet. I mean, he said I looked familiar, said I had one of those faces, and we left it at that. But a guy by the name of Roscoe Akers, figured you, not sure if you know him or not, but
I remember.
Yeah.
While I wasn't able to participate in that particular raid, I was aware of the kindred in the city at the time. That was during when everyone thought Vitel was dead. Turns out Emperor Vitel wasn't as dead as they thought. But do you think he'll be a problem if he figures you out?
He shouldn't be. I mean, he seems like he's got more pressing things on his mind. I'm not going to go up and announce myself, but as far as I know, he doesn't know what happened to the Regent. As long as they keep that on the down low, got no problem from him.
Oh,
at least
boy.
I think so.
Tell you, old boy, remember, if he says anything, past sins are forgiven.
Yeah, they are. I'll
And
play that card as many times as I can.
the pyramid is not what they once were. They have lost a lot of their influence. They don't have the power they thought. If
I suck to think.
Kevin Jackson is truly willing to hold up to his word for our admission, it should not be a problem. But let's not antagonize them too much.
No, not at all. I'm going to keep my head down, and I'll only use my skills if I've got to. But if Mr. Akers becomes a problem, I'll...
Let me know.
Got it.
I am here to pave the way for us, and I will pave the way whatever I have to. This is in the best interest of the clan. The clan will survive. We must survive.
Absolutely. Is there anything else you want me to keep an eye out for? Anything you've heard that I should look into? I can probably fold it into whatever duties we're working on.
Just keep your eyes out. Keep your head down. This is very important. But keep me appraised. I want to make sure that the road stays smooth.
Will do. By the way, that Portia broad, Helena.
Yeah,
I
you
know
mean Helena.
her. Yes, her. Some of these fools are intent on walking into her trap all by themselves. I'm trying not to put anything out there because if she thinks anyone knows who she really is, that's when I probably disappear without a trace. But
It would be problematic if she picks your brain and finds my location.
exactly. So I'm staying as far away from her as I can, but it's going to take a lot more for me to convince the others. And if I can't, then I'm going to have to find another workaround for her.
It's fashionable. You won't be able to stop them from going. Just be careful and do not allow yourself to be alone with her.
Understood.
Be interesting to see if she makes a move on me. But I'm not ready to be revealed yet.
I'll keep future communications to emergency only, and I'll go through our mutual contact for anything else.
Sierra is good to relay. She's proven her abilities. Not in the same way you have, but good. I like how things are going. At least they're showing they're willing to hold up their end.
Only be a matter of time before we're sitting at the table right alongside them while everybody else is, picking up, eating from the trough outside.
We will play their game. We will bide our time. And in a decade, perhaps, we'll sit at the table with them as equals again. And then who knows? Eventually, we will be in charge. It is our destiny.
That idea, I like that a lot.
It's what we do. Good evening, Templar.
Good evening.
And Tally steps back into the woods, leaving you alone.
Lamar will take one last look around, and then he'll get back in his car and head on back home.
Okay. Now, we are going to flash to another scene. This one was a ladies' night that was been organized by Jacqueline. And I will let her describe the plan for it.
I thought this timing was going to be last.
Would you like it last?
Yes.
Okay.
Because the timing's more appropriate last.
Okay. That'll work. That's perfectly fine. We will then flash to Destiny. She was requested to meet with a certain individual who was asking for her to come visit. So she travels to the tent city, where the homeless of Chicago live. Not just any tent city, but one in particular on the shores of the lake. Do you take any precautions, or how do you dress to go there?
Normally. I am who I am.
And your presence there, of course, draws considerable attention, because it is the unwashed masses of the homeless. But you've been here before. A lot of them recognize you. And nobody
seems to... I hand out some cash as I walk.
Excuse me?
I hand out some cash as I walk.
Okay. Nobody stops you. Nobody attempts to impede your progress in any way. But you know where normally to find him on a night like this. There's one particular bench near a fire that you find him. Wanuka is sitting there. He doesn't look at you as you approach, but as you get closer, I see the pretty Nos has come to see me.
Of course I did.
Sit. Take a load off. Let's discuss a few things.
Okay.
And when you sit down,
I sit on the edge of the bench.
He is sitting, as he is frequently, with a hoodie pulled low over his face, because unlike Martin, who just merely looks a bit disfigured and a bit as if he has a skin condition, Naked looks nothing like that. Large, monstrous fangs, his face almost looking like a bat. So you've been presented, you're now a full member of the city.
So they say. I don't think that they are going to let me fully be a full member until I've proven myself more, though.
They won't forgive Martin for adopting you. That's just the way it is. But I have something to ask of you, since you're now free to make choices you couldn't before. Bring me information. Keep your eyes open. Use what you've learned. Bring it to me.
What kind?
Rumors, things of the city. And of course, there's always one particular thing I'm seeking more information on. And he pulls out a piece of paper and holds it out in his talon-looking hand. And the picture shows an oval on its side with a K in the middle. I've been seeing this pop up lately, and I'm curious what it means. Keep an eye out for it and let me know. It's associated with one they call 1IK. I believe it's a new gang or something.
Okay.
And we both know how this works. I will make sure that you get compensated. Other information, favors, whatever, based on the information brought. You can be a set of eyes I normally won't have.
You scratch my back, I will scratch yours.
Of course.
Hypothetically.
I believe you'll be able to get a little more information than I could because you're a Toreador.
Indeed I am.
Thank you for coming to see me.
You're welcome. You're like a Picasso.
Haven't heard that in a while. That's afraid not.
Have you heard it before?
He was on heroin when he said it, but yeah. Before this.
Okay.
No complaints. I wasn't going to live anyway, so this was preferable.
Am I to come out here every time I need to deliver information? I know you don't really like technology.
You can go by any of the tent cities. There's also, I'll have a letter delivered to you of some soup kitchens that you can stop in, where you can pass messages to and from.
Okay.
Charitable works, you see, you can, as a Toreador, going to check on the underprivileged.
Oh, that's why I'm here. Charity.
As am I. As am I.
Keep yourself safe.
I will. Be careful with that symbol I've told you to look into. I've lost a few people checking into it. None of our kind, of course. But
Noted.
I don't like losing any of the homeless. We lose enough on our own. We don't need whatever that is causing problems with them.
Hopefully you haven't set me on an information gathering path that's too dangerous.
Our existence is dangerous. You've survived.
Nothing worthwhile is easy.
You survived New York, you should be fine. I'm not telling you to find it all, just any bits you find. Let me know.
Okay. Have a good night, Picasso.
Thank you, pretty Nos.
And she turns and leaves.
Okay. You leave him to his bench. And as you're walking away, you see another person, one of the homeless there, scurry up to him, whisper something in his ear. And he hands the guy something. The guy runs off. He's sitting there in his little web, gathering his information. And now the scene will transition over to Roscoe. You've been contacted by another kindred you know in town. Dr. Benway is what you know him as. He runs an antique shop and a bookstore, and he's a collector of rare things.
Okay, well, I'll go see him. Examine this.
His antique shop is downtown, and I've actually got the name of it because got to have it. Benway Books and Antiques. And as always, it's open very, very late. And as you enter the shop, smell of dust and age hits you. Old wood, old leather. And he's got a nice collection of a couple 100-year-old antiques and Victorian age stuff all in the front. But that's not what interests you when you come here. Even his normal book collection that's in the front never interests you.
And when smell of old paper.
It's old paper. And when you come in there, of course, Clark, who's the guy that normally watches the front, he looks at you and just points to the office for the manager. He's seen you a few times. He knows who you are.
He knows what I am, too?
That you've never been sure of. But he knows who you are. He's in the back. Docs.
Great. Thanks, Clark.
No problem. He told me you'd be stopping in. When you head back, I'm going to share this picture for you to see, and everyone can see, but they don't meet him yet. But I want to share it so that people get an idea of who it is. There it is. Actually, it's already a public one. Dr. Benway, James Royston. Does everybody see it or did it? No? Okay, I can just do it this way. There we go. Now you see it.
Okay.
And as you come in, this man, tall, stringly thin, actually looks unfit, like he's unhealthy. When you found out he was actually a Toreador, it just seemed odd to you. Very odd. But he's been good at books. He's had a knack for getting odd things. Hey, Rasco.
Hey there. How's it going?
I found something you might want. Just
what you got? Let's have a look.
Goes over and opens an airtight little container he has. And he pulls out a book. You can't tell from here. You think it could be leather? Could be something else. Middle East. Got it. Just came in today.
Okay. What is it like the cover inscribed with? What does it look like?
Hieroglyphs.
Really?
One of my contacts just sent it over, and I know you like the old stuff, and I don't know what can't read it, but.
Have you opened it to look?
Oh, I've looked through it, but I can't read the hieroglyphs at all, but from what I was told, it came from a Setite temple. Now, you can believe that or you're not. But this individual is normally at least somewhat reliable.
It looks very interesting. What would you like in trade for it?
Well, I'm going to have you roll now. Let's go for a little bit of a bargaining session here, right?
Okay.
You can roll, what do you want, charisma? And persuasion?
Okay.
And I will have him roll his, which is, let me see. He's going to go. He will also roll against you of charisma persuasion because you're basically doing a competition.
Y'all negotiating.
Yeah.
Right. Wouldn't go so far as haggling, but
Just negotiating.
You're negotiating.
right.
Let's see.
Can't see your rolls.
Nope. You can't unless I turn it back on, and it's hard to switch it back and forth. But I will say, it's a tough bargaining session. Very tough. You think he got a little bit of the better of it, just a smidge. But you come down to what you think could be an arrangement for said book. Now, you have 3 dots of resources. I will say that it doesn't take a full dot because 3 dots is actually considerable resources. But if you make any other major expenditures in this session or the next one, you will temporarily lose a dot.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
That way, if you dump a bunch more money, then it will take an effect. But otherwise, you can secure the deal.
Okay.
And you take possession of a book, work out your deal. Keep an eye out if I see any more or get anything else. I know you like to be here first.
I do. You always have the best books.
It's other things I get once in a while. Do you know I had a tongue in here at one point?
I did not know that. Not sure I want to know that.
Guy bought it, but it was supposedly a magical tongue.
Oh, really?
That's what they said, but I know who buys a tongue, but this crackpot did. Odd things. But I'll keep an eye out for books or
Would you please?
anything that I think a Tremere would be interested in.
Right. Thank you. Yeah. I'm assuming he gives me something to wrap it in.
Oh, yes.
To carry it out with. All right.
He actually wraps it up first in paper, then he puts it in a book satchel and hands you the whole satchel. You've paid enough that he can give you the satchel too.
Okay. This came with the book. I mean, it also is ancient.
No, the satchel's much newer.
Okay.
It's actually something you'd see most couriers carry around, so it's something that most people will glaze over.
Okay, cool. I don't want to touch the book extensively just yet. I want to look into it a bit more before I get familiar with it.
Well, he hands you it already wrapped, so now it's just in a bag.
Right. Okay.
And you take it back to your haven, I assume.
Yes. And put it in my library. Well, I would spend some time looking at it, but
You're going to spend some time doing Sense the Unseen and all that good stuff on the book.
Right. Check for traps.
Check for traps.
Check for traps.
Perception check. Yes.
Yeah.
So now we're going to flash over to Jonathan Berkeley,
Indeed.
who also had something that he wished to do. He wished to meet with Abraham de Sable, the Tremere. You can't say he's the Primogen because they have none. But you can say that he is the regent. And I will share this for the players so that they can see who we're talking about, and then I will describe it as always for the viewers out there. Let's do it this way. There you go. Do you see it? No? Okay. Now you see it. Very interesting character.
Heterochromia?
Mm-hmm.
Heterochromia.
SPC. Let me pull this back up so I have my description here. Now, you of course know the Tremere Chantry regent. It's an African American male, appears to be early 40s. He's always got a cane with him. Now you see him use the cane. You're not sure why, because he shouldn't need it, but he does. And inside the chantry, he is wearing, as always, his silver amulet that's engraved with sigils that you always see him wearing. Good evening, Jonathan.
Good evening, my regents.
How may I help you?
Yes, I'm sure you've heard the news.
I'm afraid I'm out of the loop of most news. What news is that?
Well, me and another of our clan, Roscoe, as well as Jackie, Ventru, and a few others have been made into a coterie by our dear Seneschal and given domain over the area around Sylvester's.
Not familiar. Wait, no? Wait a minute.
By the rack.
Steakhouse.
Mm-hmm.
A domain. They gave you a domain.
Yes.
Now, isn't that odd?
Yes. It's even more odd that we are to help properly train a Toreador that's been raised by Nosferatu.
I heard something mentioned of that when Portia was by last week, that they had presented a Toreador raised by a Nosferatu.
Mm-hmm.
She was quite intrigued by this individual.
I'd imagine so.
She's not in residence tonight, of course. She's at her club, but
I saw her there the other night. She, too, was intrigued about our little coterie.
she would be. She may be young, but she's still Toreador. It's odd.
Yes. Why is it that we don't have a seat at the table? Just curious.
There were some poor choices made by the previous regent, my sire, and let's just say that he backed the wrong horse in a race. So we were all punished in some ways. I, of course, wasn't here when that happened. I was sent out to the east. And when he does that, he rubs his face a little, and you can see a scar that marks his undead flesh, right? A little bit down his face. Very light. I came back here when I heard he was gone.
Is there a way that we can earn our place back?
Don't want it. I'll be honest. It's not what I want. Won't do us any good with the times to come. Not at all.
You're referring to the Sabbat coming back?
No, I'm more concerned. The pyramid broke. And in some ways, it was good. We had lost our way. We used to be on the forefront of the fight. We used to be warriors for the Camarilla. And instead, we turned inward. Started playing politics like a Ventru or like a Toreador. It's not our way. It's not what we should be doing. We need to return to what we were. Regain our martial abilities. And be the defenders of the Camarilla. Not politics, not playing games, not squabbling over a city, a town, or, who wipes a prince's ass. If one thing I learned out east, we were woefully unprepared for what we found. And if any of that comes back over here, we are woefully unprepared to stop it.
That is rather interesting.
Now you know my feelings on the House Karna, wayward souls. I understand what they're trying to do, but they're misguided. Now is the time for strength, not splintering. Now is the time to bring all of Tremere back under one roof and be what we were. I'm hoping they'll see and understand.
I agree with you. We should all be under one house. I made my decision years ago, as you're well aware.
Yes, you understood. Splintering isn't the way. It weakens overall.
Yes. With this being more militant, would that include some of the old ways? Some of the experiments we used to perform?
I do not know yet. We lost much in Vienna. Much. I don't know what's left of the old ways to find. We have to unite and pool the knowledge and find out what we have and what we've lost.
Oh, Vienna was beautiful. I remember my time there.
My time there is where I learned that my sire spent more time playing politics than learning his magic. It's where I learned my own sire looked to me for advice because he was too busy playing games. And look what happened. He was in Vienna when it fell. And now he is gone.
True. It'd be lovely to have some of those artifacts grace this chantry, but that is for another time.
Indeed. Don't get caught up in their games. Remember what we were, what we're supposed to be. The time is coming. Sabbat left. A war is being fought. I've seen it. I've been in the fight. What's over there, we don't want to come back and us be unprepared. And we can't be prepared if we're playing games. Let them keep their primogen. Let them keep their seats. We'll be ready. We will stand watch.
I have another question.
Ask.
This Portia. I know she is a Toreador, but I do not understand why she has an entire wing of the chantry.
That was a deal she brokered with my sire, the former regent. When I assumed control, I spoke with her, and I honored the deal. And that is all you need to know.
That works for me.
She may be young. My advice to you, do not push her.
She just seems very interesting, is all.
She is. In more ways than you'll understand. I bid you evening. And he takes his cane and taps it on the desk in front of him. Here's a clear sign of dismissal.
Oh yeah, I'll bow, turn around, and walk out.
Okay. And now we flash to the ladies. And I will let Jackie describe her club where she has asked for, her cabaret, has asked for a meeting of Destiny and Eleanor to come have a little bit of a
little girl talk.
Little girl talk.
Yeah. So Jackie's cabaret is intimate, small. It's not overly large or grandiose. It is a kind of exclusive nightlife venue. While it is open to walk-ins, reservations are strongly encouraged. Basically, we have live performances. We have burlesque dancers, singers, musicians, magicians, and spoken word performers in the cabaret. The spoken word performers actually do table performances where they go around to the various patrons in the club and recite their erotic, sensual stories or poems to them. Payment for services and tips to performers is done with poker chips that are bought by patrons when they pay the cover. And we also serve various light fare and Prohibition-inspired cocktails. It's very inspired by the Parisian Belle Epoque with its decor, and it is packed.
So the ladies gather. Of course, I assume Eleanor and Destiny are actually going to go, or does anyone stand
Eleanor's
up?
coming first.
Does Destiny
Yes.
stand up the meeting?
Oh no, that would be a bad idea. Destiny doesn't make bad choices.
But I do arrive first, bearing gifts.
Etienne has brought you back to Jackie's office.
Oh, excellent. As soon as I see Etienne, I'm like, Etienne, comment ça va?
And Etienne greets you. I'm not even going to try.
He doesn't speak French.
I don't speak French. I don't have a French accent. I only kiss French, so sorry. And of course, when he sees you and he comes over, gives you a kiss on each cheek,
Mm-hmm.
and then directs you over to where Jackie is gathering tonight. She does have a little bit of a crowd around her, as always, when she's at
I
her.
said I was in my office.
Oh, you're in your office? Sorry. He sends you back there. There's actually a crowd outside the hallway to her office hoping she's going to come out that night because she's got fans.
Mm-hmm.
Just, with Etienne's help, make my way in and go into the office.
Oh, the guards, the security officers that don't let them go down that hallway, make sure that it's cleared.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. Thank you. I say
Jackie
to them
has
as I go
people.
by. She does. She does.
That she does.
But I thank them,
Mhm.
and I go to your office and I go in, Jackie.
Eleanor, thank you so much for coming. Oh, what is that you have?
I have your favorite, and I present a box of Ghetto Lepra.
Oh, Eleanor. Etienne, come here. Have some of this. And I open up the box and take out one of the cakes. It is opera cake, which is a French treat. It is delicious. And it's basically chocolate and almond cake and coffee, and it's amazing, and liqueur, and it's awesome. And so basically she gives Etienne a piece of the cake, and she takes a piece herself and eats it.
Etienne eats a bit.
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh, excellent. I've been looking for a place that makes them almost perfect. I don't know if they can actually be perfect if you're not in France.
My father used to make these, and it is almost identical. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Tell me, where did you get these?
It's a little place that I discovered, and you're going to love the name. It's called Love at First Bite.
Oh, that is fantastic. I love it. Etienne, add them to our list of vendors. We will need to make sure we patronize that bakery.
And I think actually that the head baker is actually French. But I don't know for sure, but I think so.
I'll take a look tomorrow, ma'am.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
See what I can
Find out.
And I also brought some chocolates because I didn't know what Destiny would like.
Well, she did mention lava cake, so I assume she likes chocolate. That's a smart choice.
It seems safe.
It seems safe.
So I have a box, and I have like a box of chocolates that I just put out.
So I'm calling both of you here. I'm just giving you a little forewarning, Eleanor.
Okay.
Destiny has to be very careful. More than our eyes are going to be watching her. And I need to explain that to her in a way that her young mind will not rebel against.
That seems like a very good idea. And I have some concerns myself, but of course it remains to be seen what she will do. But then, of course, there is that wonderful gift that we were given as a coterie.
Oh, the haunted steakhouse.
The whole domain.
Yes.
I mean, this whole city has such a history.
It does.
I have a feeling that perhaps that particular stretch that we have been so kindly been given, I suspect that it might have a much deeper and darker history than perhaps we realize.
Oh, I think you are spot on again, dear. I've heard some things as well, but I figured I would wait until after this meeting when we can all meet as a coterie.
Oh, yes.
To discuss my findings, because I have found out some things as well.
Oh, well, I can't wait to hear them.
Oh, and I've also come up with some ideas for build out and decoration of the speakeasy. So
Etienne looks at you and goes, "Ma'am, I'm going back out now."
Thank you. If Destiny arrives, do bring her back.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ciao.
As he opens the door, I push my way through.
Okay.
Destiny!
Ma'am, she is here.
Fantastic.
And he gets a smirk on his face when he says it.
Mm-hmm. Have a seat, Destiny.
I will be out front.
Thank you.
Keeping an eye on things.
Thank you.
And he leaves the room.
I've been sitting for a while. Can I stand instead?
Certainly. What else would make your petulant little mood satisfied?
I have chocolates.
What? What do you mean, petulant little mood?
You have been nothing but petulant and sassy to me.
Literally all I said was I've been sitting for a while and I would rather stand. If you really would like me to sit that badly, I will gladly sit.
Do what you
and I sit.
Wish. But understand, your behavior is a direct reflection on me. The prince is a Ventru. The seneschal is a Ventru. They have tasked me to ensure you behave appropriately in public.
Okay.
You will be watched by far more than rats.
Oh, yes. I am well aware who is going to be watching me. It will be everyone, because I am the Toreador that has been raised by Nosferatu.
I know.
Eyes will be on me 24/7, 365, waiting for me to fuck up.
I'm aware. And I would like to help you not give them that satisfaction.
You're not my mother.
No, I'm not.
Just so long as we know that.
Oh, I'm very well aware. My child has been long dead. Do we have an understanding?
An understanding of what, Jacqueline? That I'm going to do my best to not fuck up in public? Yes, we have an understanding.
I will help you.
How?
I will help you learn to guard some of your reactions. Because while you've been taught to survive by Martin, and I am impressed, truly, with what he has done with you. You survived war. That is no small feat, especially for a Toreador. He did not teach you to survive the sharks that run Camarilla cities. And I can teach you that. I can teach you so that no one knows what you're really up to, who you really are. It's all about perception. The last time we met, you thought I was some probably extravagantly French snobby fucking ventrue. I came from nothing, Destiny. I came from nothing and became a force because I learned how to manipulate the upper echelons. And I can teach you. Do we have an understanding?
Sure.
Be loyal to me. You will have my protection.
I'll be loyal to you.
She sticks out a hand.
Destiny takes it.
She gives you a firm shake. The deal is struck. Now, if you would like to make some income, because I know you have this fascination with creating miniature cat, whatever you want to do with that. As you walked through, you saw what performances happen here. If it's something that might interest you for a stable income, I could open up a spot. It's not Broadway, but it's stable.
I think that I could perform here.
Perfect. Come up with a routine. Whether it be singing, dancing, whatever you prefer. Present it to me when you're ready.
Okay.
Well, ladies, shall we go meet with the boys?
Suppose we must. I would like to premonition.
Go ahead. Resolve all specs.
Awesome.
Ignore all those rolls that are setting in Fantasy Ground while y'all were doing your scene.
Oh, don't worry. They're like flashing in the corner of my eye, and I'm like, just going to ignore
The
that.
beauty of Fantasy Grounds is I can roll stuff without interrupting a scene at all.
This is 7.
Holy hell.
Oh, that's a critical success.
That is a critical success with 7.
Amazing.
Shit.
And your vision
Wow.
fades. You see a club. 7's a lot. Gotta reword that. You see a club. It's a club you recognize. It's a club you're in right now. And there's a pair of eyes watching the club. you get a sense that while you can see them in your vision, they are very small. But they are there watching. And then your vision returns.
We're being watched. I mean,
I told you, everyone's watching. Do you see anything maybe in the shadows?
Well, somebody's watching the cabaret. Small eyes watching.
Inside, outside?
Outside?
Why don't we go take a look?
So do you all go?
I'm going.
Unless Jacqueline stops me.
I'm not going to stop you.
And as you go through the club,
We are a coterie. We do things together.
you step through the cabaret, not a club, but the cabaret, and walk out into the fresh night air. It's kind of a chilly night. Wind is blowing. I will let you all roll. Let's go. You can go wits, or you can go resolve. I will let you roll either one, and you can use awareness or streetwise. Or if you have urban survival, I might let you get away with that too, but
Do I get a bonus for instincts?
not in this case, no.
Like
You did last time, but not this
No,
time.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
I got to pull up the roller logs.
So if I have streetwise urban survival,
That's an extra die for that.
okay. Do I just put the +1 down
Yep.
at the bottom?
Plus one at the bottom, and that adds it as your specialty. Damn, Eleanor.
She's
Eleanor.
seeing all the shit.
With 6 successes,
Jackie with 3.
but not a critical. Jackie with 3. 4 with
Destiny.
Destiny, but not a critical. When you step outside, Eleanor, you see something fly off of Destiny's shoulder. Very tiny. An insect of some kind.
The fuck was on your shoulder?
What?
You came in with something on your shoulder and it just flew away. It was right there, and I poke you in the shoulder where I saw it just leave.
I had nothing on me.
Who
I saw
uses
it.
bugs?
I
Does
don't know.
anybody know anyone that uses bugs? It's another Nosferatu trick.
I mean, I don't think any of the Nosferatu that I've been introduced to use bugs.
Granted, it's not exclusive to Nosferatu. Well, get old enough, you can learn anything. All right, well, somebody had a bug on your shoulder watching everything we did and said. You were bugged, literally.
Well, luckily, I didn't say anything I wouldn't have said normally in front of other people. So
Same. Again, perception. You learn quickly.
it's the role of a lifetime.
It is. And we go in and I gather Etienne and we go to the communal haven.
Okay. And this is where we are going to take our break, where the ladies are going to go and meet up at the haven and meet up with the rest of the coterie so that the coterie can get back together and talk about whatever they need to talk about.
And Destiny totally has her chocolates with her because that was a gift.
Were they ever specifically given to Destiny?
Well, I'm sure that when you went back in, Eleanor would have given them to you.
Yeah.
I would have picked them up and given them to you so that you would take your chocolates.
Awesome.
Yep. And we will see you in 10 minutes. Enjoy. This time, I will make sure the break art is there.
Has the art. Yes.
Yep. And enjoy the music by Carlene, of course, because we love Carlene.
Yes.
Holy hell.
Yes.
She's awesome.
Yes.
See you in 10 minutes.
Yes, we do.
Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. I've always been the hunter, nothing on my tail. But there was something in you I knew could make that change. To capture a predator, you can't remain the prey. You have to become an equal in every way. So look in the mirror and tell me, who do you see? Is it still you? Or is it me? Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. So embrace the darkness, and I will help you see that you can be limitless and fearless if you follow me. We are the lions in a world of lies. We are the predators, the hunters, the hunters, the hunters. Become the beast. We don't have to hide. Do I terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? soul, cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul, cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul, cut through your skin and burrow within, and burrow within. Splinters of my soul, cut through your skin to burrow within, to burrow within. Do you feel the hunger? Does it howl inside? Does it terrify you? Or do you feel alive? Allow me to introduce myself, though I fear you've heard my name, and that you've heard the story of Countess Bathory. History is told by the victors, heroic warriors, and mad kings. Will you hear my story from the lips of Bathory? They call me King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins. She really, who is she really? Blood Countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory. Wealthy and powerful, a widow with political rivals, keen to destroy me and take my property. My plea was never offered, all my confessors were all tortured, or how they destroyed me for my property. They put me up, shut me up, shut me up, put me up, put me up, shut me up, shut me up, and told a story of a bitch called Bathory. Let's King Demon, Queen of Hell, sadistic killer, a monster tale, bathing in the blood of virgins, beautiful, drinking the blood of virgins, youthful, the blood countess. Who is she really? Who is she really? Blood countess. Who is she really? Elizabeth Bathory.
welcome back. Before the break, it was a series of smaller scenes with just things people were doing over the week that we as a group felt were good to have on screen rather than been handled where nobody got to see it. Important information was divulged in general. And now we are moving towards, I assume, gathering at Sylvester Steakhouse. Now, the girls had their last meeting. Does that mean that the rest of the coterie was already there hanging out?
I think Lamar would go ahead and swing by once he's taken care of his stuff for the evening.
If we prearranged to say we'll all meet up again at the coterie house.
So what I will do is I will give the scene to Lamar, Jonathan, and Roscoe. And when the rest of the coterie is ready to arrive, you arrive and announce your presence. That way you can interject at a dramatically appropriate time. I turn the scene over to Lamar, Jonathan, and Roscoe.
That bottle of super expensive bourbon from last time, is it still here?
Yes, it was left down there.
Lamar's going to pour himself a shot glass worth of it.
Now,
just stare at it for a little bit.
You've noticed that there's some cabling, looks like for security cameras that are down here in your New Haven. It's being stored there right now. Some lumber has been put there. It looks like somebody has begun a thing to divide parts of your room into sub-rooms in an effort to make some privacy in various parts of it. And, of course, there's also a number of new pieces of furniture in there. Some of the old stuff's coming out. But I'm sure in this week's time, you've at least talked to each other and understand that Jackie has started her remodel and redecoration. Over the objections, of course, of Destiny, who wanted something a little more modern. Scene is back to you.
Lamar likes what he's seeing so far, and he's gonna sit there with that. He's gonna nurse that shot of bourbon. He's looking at it. He hasn't taken the drink yet. He is looks like he's considering something as he sits there and looks at the glass.
I'll pour a shot too. Not that it's going to do anything, but I will savor the smell of it.
Looking now.
I'm going to do my little trick. And Oblivion sight to see if I see our little friend.
When you switch your sight, you do see the same individual you'd seen before. He's sitting in one of the old booths, just watching you all.
I'll bow to him. Just kind of.
He doesn't acknowledge the bow, but he's watching.
I'll go behind the bar, get a bottle of scotch, and a glass.
Okay. Now, was part of Jackie's thing to get the liquor stocked up? Then yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get a
and
bottle
I
of
was
scotch.
to help too. Yeah, and I was going to help too with some of the monetary, make it easier.
Okay.
So, grab a couple glasses. I'll leave one on the corner of the bar. Pour a shot worth. And then pour one for myself and take the bottle. And then just start nosing it and savoring it ever so slightly.
Okay.
So what's it like? I mean, you guys, you all had that heartwarming, welcome toast when you were here, but I mean, don't you just have to get rid of that stuff at the end of the night?
Yeah, I'm not storyteller. I'm not real sure how the eat food.
You eat,
works.
and but every night before you lay down for daytime, you have to get rid of whatever you've eaten. But you can enjoy the flavor of it. You won't get drunk. You won't get anything out of it. But you can at least enjoy the flavor, though it is dulled compared to when you were alive, because like most things as a kindred, most sensation, things are a bit duller. But yes, you have to clear it out of your stomach before you sleep for the daytime. But other than that, you don't have to do a blush of life. Now, for Lamar, if he wishes to drink from it, Lamar does have to make a blush of life. He has 5 humanity. So if he takes a blush of life, he has to do composure plus stamina difficulty 3 to keep the food down, or otherwise he hurls it up immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Lamar's not going to actually try to drink it. He just like looks at the two of them and like, is it worth it? I gotta know.
Oh, it was better in life, but not bad. It's still not bad.
I'd agree. Much, much better in life.
I think the girls walk in now.
Okay. And through the back door, I assume, or do you take the main front, the main entrance? You hear the bolt turn on the back exit to your haven, and hear the door being opened because there's no quiet way from inside, at least. The street noise hides it from outside, but from inside you hear it.
Presume that's the rest of our friends.
Just hear me out, Jacqueline. Like glacier gray paint for the walls.
You know, I do plan to build out some private spaces.
Oh, thank God.
I would be happy for you to decorate whichever you claim as your space, any way you choose.
But the rest has to look so old.
We have a specter of a period. I am trying to make him a little less aggressive.
Maybe he's aggressive because he lived in the period he lived in. Why can't we bring him into the modern age?
Well, when you can ask him, let me know.
As the ladies walk in, is there any change to Sylvester?
He eyeballs the ladies as they come in, but then he goes back to just kind of sitting there watching. Kind of his eyes dart watching everybody at this point. He does get a slightly amused look on his face, and that's it.
I'm just going to keep watching.
Ladies, welcome.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Well, hello.
Hello. How are
Does
you
anybody want
tonight?
any chocolate?
Yeah, we have chocolate.
Eleanor brought me chocolate, and it's so good.
I'm so glad you like it, Destiny.
When you guys want to have my portion, feel free.
Okay.
You know, if you want to enjoy it, just get a kind drunk and drink them.
Yeah, and might, go ahead and try that at some point, but right now I was just asking the guys if it was worth it. So I'll turn the question to you ladies. Is it worth it, this whole drinking thing? You guys enjoy
eating
that?
and drinking like kine is one of the best ways to maintain the masquerade. No one ever assumes the lady sitting at the corner booth enjoying a cup of coffee is a kindred.
And you can make friends or talk to people. It doesn't seem weird.
Plus, chocolate is just like so good.
And you take
Plus, chocolate is great.
it does still have a taste similar to what it was like when we were alive. It's not as rich or decadent, but it's close.
I didn't get to enjoy very much when I was alive, so I'm glad that I can enjoy it now, just a little bit.
Okay. Like I said, had to ask.
It's all about perception, Lamar. It's always about perception.
I'll agree with that.
Oh, I see you ladies had no trouble getting in
No,
today? No trouble coming over?
no. Did find out some interesting things about our little neighborhood.
Oh, so did I. Not as much as I would have liked, but I did find out some things too.
Share with the class.
Okay, well, since I probably have the least to go to say, I wasn't really able to find a whole lot until, I spent hours looking into it and only found a couple things at the very end. But where our coterie is, apparently was extremely violent. much more so than the surrounding area or the rack. Now, I don't know why. I haven't figured out that part out yet.
Because there was a
It's
Sabat
probably-
pack here.
Yes,
Oh, really?
was being the key word.
And my
Was.
information tells me that a group of Archons called the Wolf Pack took them out.
Now, that does conflict
in
with
the
what you were
statements?
told, Lamar.
So, a group of Archons took him out.
Archons, yes.
Did anyone else mention in that or say where they got their information from by chance?
Just rumor. But it seems to be the preferred Camarilla method for taking out Sabat, as it happened in DC as well, Archons and Justicars.
They might have gotten some inside information to make that little bust there. From what I understand.
Oh, I'm certain that's the way we operate.
Yeah, and especially now since everybody's, making sacrifices to come in from the cold, so to speak. So, anyone by the name of Edward Neely by chance?
Not familiar. Anyone?
If you would like to roll on that, you can, Lamar.
Should I know him?
Lamar, you can roll wits, insight. Plunder, you're going to roll computer subterfuge.
This is social roll?
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Awesome. Woo! Here's a crit right off the bat. 6.
You don't see a flicker or anything in Jonathan's eye, so he doesn't betray anything that he knows when you mention the name.
What I'd ask. But now that we're all here, guess we should start figuring out what's our first order of business. Oh, wait, before we get that far, did anybody actually ever go to see that baby chorus?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
It was great.
The
It was a
next
good
time
just
I
like I
go,
thought.
Lamar, you really need to go with me.
You
I
guys
think
went
we
and
should
didn't invite
go.
me?
Wait. So how many? Raise the hands. How many people went?
It was so much fun.
It was.
Okay. I mean, after I left you guys, I thought about it, and I was like, maybe I jumped the gun. Maybe I was a little
Skittish?
too. Hey, now that hurts. That hurts. I'm not skittish.
No,
I like
I
to
didn't say
think-
anything to be scared of.
I
if you
like to think
remember-
I'm a cautious guy.
Mm-hmm.
You
If you remember, Lamar, Kathy was such a delight. Kathy with a K, by the way.
Kathy with a K. I mean,
she is quite stunning.
Kathy's with a K. They are better than those Kathys with a C. That's for sure.
Hmm.
But I was just curious because, I thought about it. I'm like, I don't get out enough. I've been trying to figure out this YouTube thing. And I learned that kids eat laundry detergent now.
Oh,
and I'm
no,
a little scared
that's
for the
old
future.
now.
Is
Yeah,
it?
they don't do that anymore.
That's
Okay.
So 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel better because I was starting to think maybe never embracing was the right way to go.
I actually did and recently presented my child. But
Maybe even
there's still some quality candidates out there.
with them eating laundry detergent, what's next? They're going to eat the pink cotton candy that's in the attic.
A little fiberglass in the throat should be fun.
I mean, everybody's got their kink, I
Yeah.
guess.
So I am in process here. Destiny, of course, doesn't really dig it, but I explained my logic behind
Let's-
it. But She's going to get her own little space to decorate, so.
It's just so dark.
I know.
Life is dark.
It's
Old.
beautiful.
Thank you.
Old is beautiful.
We will have space for a library. As you see, I'm starting to build out there. The shelves will be installed over the next week or two.
Kind of books we stocking?
Things that we may want to reference. I found a shop down the road that has some very interesting looking older tomes.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What's the shop?
Justice.
I'm always out looking around for places to look at books.
You like books?
Oh, yes. I collect them. I have quite a library at my haven.
Oh.
If you go down,
What kind
it's
of
near the
books?
end of our domain, right on this street. Okay? And you can't miss it because it's got the big antique sign in the front.
Oh, there's more than just antiques.
Yeah,
They
it's
have
antiques,
books,
and
too.
towards the back, they actually have books.
Oh,
I
I'll
saw
go
it through
check
the
out.
window. Now, they are not open on Friday evenings late, but they are open during the week, fairly late.
Okay. I will definitely check that out.
Absolutely.
All right. So, what's our first big move as a group? I mean, we're all here. We've got we've got this nice domain that a lot of other people aren't going to have. So, what do we want to do? How do we want to introduce ourselves to the city, so to
Well,
speak?
we could always pregame a little. There's quite a few bars and places on the street.
We could go to the Succubus Club.
Yeah, but we could do
is the
that
place
after
to be seen.
pre-gaming. Make ourselves known in
Oh.
the domain first.
Well, there's that jazz bar that we saw
Mhm.
Kathy checking out.
Yeah.
We could go check it out ourselves.
Yeah.
Get
Go there
started
first,
on the
and
night
then
there.
if everyone's up for it, we head out to the Succubus Club after.
Yeah, let's do that. That's okay with you, Lamar?
And if you're not, I only jest. It is always your choice.
You know what? Let's see where the night takes us. How about that?
Okay.
So you all exit your building out into the night air where the music's playing pretty loud and throngs of people going up and down the street. It may be chilly, but that doesn't stop the nightlife. Not in Chicago. And as you're beginning to walk up the street, I would like to get a wit streetwise, please.
Are we trying to survive on these streets?
You're always trying to survive on the streets.
Cool.
Does this have anything to do with gangs in the area? Or
Not with gangs, no.
4.
4. 4 from Destiny, 4 from Lamar. 4 is the number. As you're going up the street northward from your domain, you get about 2 bars up when you notice 5 or 6 people kind of in each other's faces. You've seen what's about to go down right here. One of them is about to swing at the one that is in his face. There's about to be one hell of a brawl going on. Because once that starts in the street, there's going to be some fists flying everywhere. Yes.
I want to roll Mesmerize.
Now, let me look here. You do not have irresistible voice, correct?
You know what? I don't yet. So I
So
got to
you will
get their
have-
eye contact.
You will have to get eye contact before you
Shit.
can use it. That's correct.
Shit, I need more XP.
Bane of kindred existence.
All the XP.
I need all the XP.
So
man.
the question is, does the coterie intervene?
Can we hear what they're talking about?
Yeah.
Since you asked, yes, I will let you hear that. Using your naturally tuned kindred senses, you can hear. I don't give a fuck. Those are my shoes you spilt your shit on. Well, fuck you. You put ash on my jacket.
Now, I mean, do these look like just regular kind, or are we? We're doing it. Does anyone look like they might be?
I will let you roll
more?
if you wish for that.
I like that
because it's hard to tell a kindred and a kind. That would be intelligence. You can use medical. You can use insight because you're trying to catch body language. If anyone wants to do that, intelligence, you can use insight or medical.
Insight?
Yep. Insight.
No, intelligence.
Intelligence and insight, yeah.
Okay.
Don't know if anyone has any medical. Good roll, Eleanor. Eleanor's on fire tonight, everybody.
Jeez.
5 successes. Eleanor, you're looking, they don't appear to be kindred. The flush of their skin, the way their breath is catching, it's kind of chilly. You can see puffs coming from pretty much everybody around.
I think they're kind. Just kind, regular. I don't think they're like us.
Yes, but if they start a fight in the street, the cops will come.
That's true.
You know, Lamar's going to walk up to the group. He's just going to stride right over to that group of them.
Okay.
And whoa, guys. No, not here. You're about to ruin a perfectly good night for everybody here. Get the cops called. Let's back up. Let's back up. Let's have a drink. This does not need to happen.
Go ahead and roll. You can go strength intimidation, or you can roll anything you want, but add 2 bonus dice because you're an obvious predator. If you think there's a better thing than strength that you want to use, go ahead. If you want to use charisma instead, maybe
manipulation,
or even resolve if you want to, because you can get that look in your eye that you're not going to tolerate shit.
Okay, I will go resolve, intimidation,
and then 2 extra bonus dice because you are an obvious predator.
That's +2 at the bottom.
Here we go.
Ooh, look at all those dice. 6 with a crit.
With a crit.
Nice.
When you come over and talking to them, the 2 of them that were about to fight, at first they don't look at you, but then one of them turns to you. What the fuck? Hey, we don't want no problem, man. Hey,
he said he spilled his drink on your shoes. You got some ash on his jacket. We're even. Everybody go home.
Storyteller, do any of these kind have blue eyes? Can I roll to check?
I roll to see if any of them have it.
Okay. Because I can roll to see if something matches my preference.
2 of them do, actually. But we'll leave.
I point at the 2 blue-eyed guys and I'm like, why don't I buy you 2 a drink?
Now, they're from opposite ends of the call them factions, perhaps, from 2 different sides.
Let's do a peace powwow.
The 3 that are, we'll call them the spilled drink side, we're going to get out of here. And they keep cutting eyes at Lamar. But the other guy with blue eyes, he's like, I mean, you're going to give a free drink. We could do that.
Let's go. And I put my arm in his. I do blush of life, so let me rouse.
Okay.
So that I am warm.
Very good roll. Got a 10 on blush of life. Wow. You're blushed all to hell.
I am. And I'm about to really pop some rolls
and
here.
The other 3, as they go over and go down the street, moving with a rather quick step as they keep turning their heads back, checking to see if Lamar is following them. They did not like
Lamar
the
just
predator.
watch him go. He'll watch him go, but he will keep his eyes on them in case they think turning around and coming back is a good plan.
Okay. Now you're taking Jacqueline's going to take him into the bar to buy him a drink.
Yep. It's the jazz place, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, you're not at the jazz. You weren't quite to the jazz place, but it's right next door.
You know what? Let's go to the jazz place. I like the music.
I mean, I'm not big on jazz, but free drinks. Hey, I'll take free drink. Free drinks are nice. I like those.
Come on.
And Jackie leads him in there. What does the rest of the coterie do? Gonna wait outside? You gonna follow him?
smirking all the way, like he's working it. They'll follow.
And Jackie goes in first. Now, the rest of the coterie, as you're about to head in there, in the alley beside this jazz bar, a guy steps out. A kid, almost. But it is one you know. I'm going to pull it up so you can... I know it's already shared, but let me show it so everybody knows.
Make sure you do it right so we can see it.
Except for me, because of
technologically
issues.
impaired, unfortunately. Young, African American kid, and I do use the word kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
appears to be about 14 or 15 years old, wearing a baby chorus shirt.
That's
Sheriff Damien.
Mm-hmm.
Well done.
Good evening.
Well done. Well done. I just check it out. I was in the area and saw what you did. Like how you handle it.
Just trying to keep the peace around here, you know? No sense in having the cops called for no reason.
It's exactly why I was here, just keeping the peace. And he looks dead at you, Lamar, when he says it.
Well, I'm glad I could help. Is there anything else we could help with while you're out here?
Why, no, not yet. I'm just here hanging out. You know, I can't go into bars, at least not these. But
heard the music at this place right here, and he points to the jazz club. Heard it's pretty good, and Kathy really liked it. Did she refer you?
She told me about it. She's in there right now, hanging out.
Is she? Because I have not been able to get her out of my head since I last saw her, and want to
hey man,
say hello.
No man, no. Don't get those thoughts over. Nero's a bit protective, and we don't want to start.
I got you. Well, I will keep it 100% professional, and just two jazz lovers loving jazz.
Just giving you just a little friendly advice, Just hey.
I will take that in the spirits intended. My man.
Definitely. I'm your man, all right.
Well,
you all.
If there's.
All right. Hello, Destiny.
Hello.
Eleanor, Jonathan, and Roscoe. I assume that was Jackie that I saw go in.
Oh, yeah. That was her.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your nose clean. This place has a bad reputation.
How do you mean?
Lots of fights,
Yeah, well, that's
things
kind of
go
obvious.
on. Keep it clean.
It's that place.
Okay.
Will do.
I'm here for personal reasons. Don't make me come down for business. Because if I got to handle business, we going to handle business. And then he switched right back to a cultured accent again. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
By the way, saw you the other night. Quite the performance.
I believe I saw you in the crowd. We're there every Thursday. Portia's kind enough to let us do a set every Thursday. We do warm-ups before it opens, and then, of course, once it opens, we perform on those nights. It's good practice to keep up while we figure out what our next album's going to be.
Oh, yeah. Kathy gave us a demo last time we saw her here.
She's always doing that.
Sounds great. Yeah.
I've tried to tell her CDs aren't the thing anymore, but she hangs around with Nero too much, I think.
It works.
I don't have a CD player, but whatever. Handle things. Keep your nose clean. I'll see y'all later.
All right. See you later.
And he just starts walking across the street, just Doesn't even really care about the cars. He just kind of goes out there and quick on his feet as he just steps across at any gap he has. Now, Jackie, you led the guy in there, and...
Yep, took him to a table and got him a drink.
Okay.
And we're just chatting.
Did you get a drink as well?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
It's real nice of you to do. Hey, look, Josh is always like that. When he goes out, he gets, angry and wants to fight.
Goodness.
But he's my boy. You got to have his back.
Loyalty is a rare treasure.
I would go say loyalty, but, when you go out with your
boy.
boys,
You look out for him.
You and your boys go out, you got to watch out for each other. And,
Yeah.
I
get it. So what's your name?
Peter.
Nice to meet you, Peter. I'm Jackie.
Oh, nice to meet you, Jackie. It's real nice of you to get a drink like this.
Absolutely. I figured it was a good way to diffuse the situation.
Well, my boys left now because they didn't want to come in here.
I know.
Hey, what's with that guy that was with you out there?
Oh, isn't he great?
No. It's a scary motherfucker right there.
Well, when I'm out with my boys and my girls.
Hey, between you and me, I about shit myself when he come up.
Oh, darling, and that was him being nice.
Mind me not to make him pissed off.
Smart man. Smart man.
About this time, the rest of the group comes in the bar because it took a minute or two for the drinks to
Jackie's
come.
just enjoying a lovely conversation. She's laughing, drinking, having a grand old time.
And you do notice, Jackie, that Kathy is sitting in one of the corners. Mm-hmm. She's by herself, just listening to the music.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I just leave her be. I don't really know her from Adam, other than I
you
saw her perform.
You saw her perform, right.
Yeah, I don't really know her from Adam.
Yep.
So.
The rest of the group comes in while you're chatting it up. Now, what's the rest of the group do? You see her sitting there literally.
Flirting.
Now, everyone here except Eleanor and Destiny don't recognize but Jonathan, Roscoe, and Lamar do, of course.
How dark is it in this bar?
Oh, it's a jazz club.
It's pretty dark.
It's pretty dark.
It's moody.
The tables have little lights on them. Most of the light you're seeing is what's coming from the tables, not ceiling.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to put up my Oblivion sight just to see.
Okay. And you switch to touch into the realm of the dead a bit. The oddest thing happens when you do it.
Mm-hmm.
You see someone standing in front of you. And they step forward and grab their stomach, fall over on the floor, laying there. But you know it's a spirit.
What are they dressed in?
Look to be modern clothes. You can't place an exact year, but within the past 5 years, it's something of the current styles.
Almost like they got shot and fell over?
Maybe shot, maybe stabbed. They're holding their stomach when they hit the ground.
Definitely a gut wound.
Okay, so when they fell, was it more on their side or just
on their
straight
side
down? I'm going to kind of shimmy over to where I can look down nonchalantly. See if
We're going to hold right here. He's got a mic problem again. So you step back and get an angle. And now, how are you going to try to nonchalantly look down? Just kind of lean against a pillar or something? Or
yeah.
Okay. And you lean and look, and you can see a red splotch spreading on his stomach as he's holding something. And then the guy gets up and he walks back over to a corner booth. And then he starts stepping forward again and reaches the same exact point. Grabs his stomach, falls back over.
Huh. So just repeating the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Now, the rest of the group, while he's staring, what are y'all doing? I know you're talking to Peter. Everyone else?
When Lamar sees Kathy, he's going to saunter on in that direction.
Okay.
And I guess I will offer to buy Destiny and Eleanor a drink from the bar.
Oh,
Thank you, Roscoe. I'd love to have a drink.
Destiny is staring at the jazz musicians, just kind of listening to them.
Yep. And all the jazz musicians appear to be late 50s, early 60s. Playing good music, though. They've got some skills on it. It's not, I wouldn't call it big band jazz. It's a little more modern than that. But it is still, I mean, you'd call it retro jazz, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's not smooth jazz, and it sure as hell isn't Kenny G being played. So, okay, so you're buying them a drink. We'll go to that. Jonathan, what are you doing after you stared at that ghost repeating?
I will approach Kathy again.
Okay. Now, Lamar, you get to Kathy first. She sees you. Lamar.
Yes. Kathy with a K.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Wasn't sure I'd see you back in these parts again, but glad I did. I mean, you got me interested in this place with the way you kind of connected to the music, and I wanted to come in. Wanted to come and check it out myself. Didn't think you'd be here, but like I said, glad to see someone who at least enjoys the craft.
Well, I heard the music. It's funny you say that because I heard the funniest thing. Damien was telling me that this is your turf now.
Yeah, my friends and I, we've been given this area to kind of, enjoy, keep to maintain.
And
we're just,
I shared a picture so that Destiny, you see who he's talking to. Destiny and Eleanor, this is who Lamar is talking to. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, but we're just out and about, taking in all that the nightlife has to offer.
You don't have to worry. I'm not encroaching on your area. I'm just here to listen to music.
No, not at all. I'm actually glad you're classing the place up quite a bit. So
it's a rough neighborhood some nights.
Kind of seeing that, but I hope you continue to come on down and enjoy the music. I will leave you be. Well, don't want to bother you. But just wanted to say hello.
Make sure your friends know that I respect the rules, and I understand if this is your area, the what applies and what doesn't.
I'll pass that message along, and you have a good evening.
You as well.
And Lamar will he'll head to the bar, and he will order a drink.
Now, Jonathan walks up right about the time Lamar's leaving.
I would like to interject real quick.
Okay. Good.
While I'm talking with Peter, I'm going to tell him, now, why don't you just forget about how scary my friend is? I promise he's really a nice guy.
Okay. And because he's immortal, Cloud Memory, there's no role to make, especially a mortal that's not suspicious the hell of you. Shakes his head. What friend?
Exactly. You're my friend tonight.
Yeah, you bought me a drink.
Yeah.
I don't remember why, but I'll take a free drink.
Hey, I thought you were cute.
Well, you're not so bad yourself.
Oh, thanks.
And Jonathan, when Lamar walks away and you come over to that, you hear as you coming over to her, are all of you planning to one by one line up here at my booth? Or?
No, just wanted to say hey. And I really enjoyed y'all's performance the other night.
Well, thank you. Sorry I didn't notice you were there. It's kind of when you're on stage and the lights, you can't really see what's going on. I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. We try it. It's one of the few joys left, I guess.
Yes. But we have other joys that we can enjoy as well.
Well, I mean, they say that. But music's it's what we got left, Sings to us sometimes.
They say it's the universal language, don't they?
They say it, but those that said it didn't understand. I don't even think they understood the true power sometimes.
Well, I'll let you enjoy the rest of your night. It was just a pleasure seeing you again.
Now, as I told your friend Lamar, I know the rules. This is your place. I'm going to follow the rules. I'm not going to do anything I'm not supposed to. I'll respect what's yours. I'm just here to hear the music. Fortunately, Wicker Park over there didn't have enough jazz bars. But, if you come by Thursday, you can check me out.
Oh, I plan on it. The sheriff already told us that y'all practice early every Thursday and play there.
I'm sure if you go by there, and even though they're not open to the public, I'm sure if you knock on the door and ask Portia, she'll let you come and listen to our practice if you want. Maybe get to chat with the band sometime.
I'm sure she would, and that might prove most useful. But, we have to get acquainted with our area first, a little better.
So weird. There's been a lot of talk. Damien was mentioning the other night he didn't understand the area thing, You all must be something.
Well, it's a blessing or a curse.
Yeah, I could see it. They gave you a rough neighborhood, that's for sure.
It's right beside the rack. They're wanting us to keep busy.
Oh, you will. You don't go.
I'm sure.
You don't go a night without somebody getting stabbed around here.
I'd rather it go without anyone being stabbed around here.
Yeah, and you know what? People in hell want ice water. But, there's some things you can't change. And let's just say the stabbings provide good cover. Not for me here, but...
You did see the name of the hair salon right across the street, right?
No, I didn't. She pulls her runs a hand through her long black hair. I don't really do hairstylists anymore.
It's called I'll Cut You. So, it seems fitting for the neighborhood.
Someone had a sense of humor. It does fit. And that is a real fucking place.
I looked it up, and it's really on the corner.
It is a real hairdresser on
Google
the corner.
Maps. Look on Google Maps in the top corner. I'll cut you.
I was wondering how that was going to get worked in.
Real place.
So fucking good.
Yep. And she's like, that's a sense of humor given the neighborhood. That's for sure. Now, let's flash over to Roscoe, Eleanor, and Destiny. If you want to keep talking to her, any Jonathan, you can. We'll come back to you in a minute. Roscoe gets Eleanor and Destiny a drink and pays the money, of course. What are they doing after getting a drink? Are you going to go find a booth?
Well, first while I'm waiting, I'm just looking over Roscoe's direction and Kathy's, just watching what's going on.
Roscoe and Kathy?
Jonathan.
Jonathan.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because if you're watching yourself and Kathy, you're going to be next in line to her booth.
Yeah. We're
one at a time.
We're not doing that.
Yeah. That's not, So, there was an exasperated look on her face when he first came over, but after that, it kind of eased up a bit. She seems to be chatting pleasantly. You did see him point over his shoulder at something, but you don't know what he was referencing. So, and Destiny and Eleanor, after you get your drinks, you doing anything in particular or just watching?
I kind of look at Roscoe and notice he's looking over there. Were you going to go say hi to her too?
No, I think Lamar and Johnny, they said enough. I think she's sitting alone because she wants to be alone, so I'm not going to bother.
Right.
Well, maybe we could sit together and get to know each other, right, Destiny?
Sure.
If you want to.
Absolutely. Let's do that.
Sure. That sounds like fun.
Excellent. I pick out a booth and head that way.
Okay.
I'll also kind of like link my arm in Roscoe's
And it's funny.
and kind of reach for Destiny with my other arm, but there's drink.
The booth you picked out actually happens to be right behind the one that Jackie's current sitting at. And when you sit down at the booth, you actually hear this man that she brought in to get a drink sitting beside her make an obvious pass at her. It is not, I'm not going to say it was clumsy. It was not bad. It wasn't great, but I mean, you've heard much worse lines in a bar.
Just lacked finesse.
It was just a little, considering when he met her, it seemed a little abrupt.
Well, dear, I'm not that easy, but you are cute. She takes a card out from her neckline.
He tries, obviously, to get a peek as the card's coming out. Yes.
She kisses the back of it, so now it has a red lipstick print on the back, and hands it to him.
He takes it, and when he holds it, he almost looks at it like it's a golden ticket, and he just won a chance to go to Willy Wonka's factory.
It just says Jacqueline Durand and a number. Give me a call some night when you're not raising hell with your boys. Maybe we can have some fun.
Hey, if that's what it means, I will not bring them with me. I'm fine with that. I mean...
And generally, if you boys can't keep it contained around these parts, I will be most disappointed.
I can be good boy. I can be a bad boy too, baby.
Oh, I like him kind of bad.
At that look. Yes, Eleanor, you can hear exactly what he's saying because you're in the booth right behind him.
So tempting. Well, do go catch up with your friends. Call me some other time.
And he grabs the drink you gave him and just downs it. You sure I can't, convince you to?
Not tonight. I have other plans with my friends.
Damn. I'll definitely be in touch. And he
Good.
Flaps the card against his knuckles a few times and heads out. Jonathan, what are you doing? Are you still there with Kathy, or did you get up and come back, or what?
Oh, chit-chat, small talk, whatnot, just to keep her occupied and to be hospitable.
And she, in true Torador fashion, begins to talk to you about, this obvious skill. The guy up there with the trombone, that's fucking amazing. And she's talking about how well the bassist is, he's not like the normal ones you see where they're only using like two chords and, one string repeatedly. He's working the whole bass. He knows what he's doing. And most of her talk is around the music. Lamar, after you left, what did you go do?
Lamar, he'll go to the bar, he'll order a drink and pay for it. And then he'll just kind of nurse it a little bit and kind of take in the scene and see if there's anything that looks like it's out of place, like anybody who shouldn't be here, or watch anybody who's intently watching any of the members of his coterie.
When you order your drink and you go to pay for it, the bartender, hey, no charge, no problems, right?
No problems.
Cool. Enjoy. He slides the drink to you. And
That
you're going to sit and watch.
Predator.
On a street where people are known to get stabbed and injured. There's a certain respect for certain individuals that scare the shit out of everybody.
And he'll nurse his drink and just kind of keep an eye out on the general. Yep.
Now, Jackie, when you get up, you go back to the others.
Jonathan, I'm going to sit at the booth with the others.
Jonathan, do you stay there just talking about music, or?
Yes, but I will also randomly keep an eye out to see if I see any other spirits.
Okay. I'm going to roll something. I got to check because... where is she? God damn it. Does she have what I think she does?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
She doesn't have that, so you're good there. But I will roll this. She's talking, her eyes glaze over for a little bit, and then they come back into focus. She kind of shakes her head. What was I saying about music?
Oh, I believe the last thing was about how the bassist was
yes. Sorry.
much better.
Glazed over for a second there. She kind of
No worries.
cuts her eyes at you a little bit, and you can see by her posture, she's kind of shifted a little bit away from you.
Mm-hmm. I'll leave you to the rest of your evening. Just know you're welcome here so long as you abide by the rules. And of course, I will see you again in concert from time to time.
And after this little thing she did, she kind of gives you just kind of a non-committal nod, kind of clams up a bit.
I'll insight it.
Okay. I will let you
So
roll.
I'm going to roll.
For you, let's go with, you're going to do wits insight. You can do that one, or you can go, I don't see it as a composure or manipulation. It's going to be wits or intelligence, one of the two.
Nice, Tremere. Intel.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Nope, it didn't do both of them. Or no, it did. Okay. Because you don't have any subterfuge. Interesting. She got one success. She definitely, her body language has shifted a bit, and she's, there's something the way she's doing it. She's went from being friendly to, if you didn't know any better, a little bit of revulsion. Directed at you, because 5's a lot of successes.
I had a feeling. I'll bow gently and take my leave.
Okay. I assume you go over to the group, and Lamar's still standing at the bar watching. Now, Lamar, you were watching the place. You saw that change in her because it was far enough away that you caught, when you're far enough away, you can see a lot of changes in the body position compared to right up on somebody. Something happened between the two that she wasn't happy with.
Can I wits insight or something to see if maybe I pick up on it or?
There is actually, I've looked this up. There's actually reading lips. That is intelligence and insight. Because one of the specializations of insight is lip reading.
Lip reading.
So intelligence, insight. To let you, now it's very difficult if you're untrained.
Yes.
But.
Yep.
And she don't get a roll against it because unless she's talking like this.
Storyteller should change our margins so we know if we make it or not.
Nope, I don't like to use that because that tells you too much if I tell that.
Yes.
The margins are a giveaway in some things. So we will wait for him to roll those. And 2, straightforward. Nope. She said not many words, but you couldn't really tell what it was. It wasn't much she said after she shifted her body language, though. But you do notice she cuts eyes at him after he leaves the table. She keeps cutting eyes back towards Jonathan.
I have a feeling. I know what it is.
Yeah, same. But Lamar will just kind of file that away, and he'll go back to watching the room, see if there's any other toughs or people looks like they can't handle their alcohol.
Okay. Now, this is a jazz bar. It's not a hotbed.
More laid back crowd.
Right. It's not a hotbed of violence, though much like the rest of your domain, you still get this feeling, a low-level hostility from just everybody around. Just like you feel it calls to your beast. And for someone like you, who have reveled in your beast in the past, you know what the singing of violence is. And it's a low-level hum to even this crowd, though not like the street. the rest of the coterie is sitting at the table, and we'll let them talk a minute, and then we'll come back to you, Lamar.
So Jackie, how'd it go with your new friend?
Oh, it's fine. He doesn't even remember Lamar now. I'm just that captivating when I choose to be.
Isn't that going to be confusing when he goes back to his friends and they all start talking about...
Oh, no, he's going to be talking too much about how he got the hot chick's number.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about replacing it with something better to talk about.
Okay.
What do you all think of this place?
It's wonderful.
The place, like the bar place, or the whole place?
Well, for the moment, just this bar.
The bar's nice. I like the music.
Storyteller, I would like to check my instincts.
Okay.
I have walked the domain now.
Okay.
I want to know what I feel about the place.
Okay. That is going to be wits, insight.
Wits, awareness. I have a specialty in instincts.
Okay, then yeah, go wits awareness. And I know that for those watching, just because it's under the social bracket in the character sheet, it doesn't mean it always applies to only social. That's a suggestion. There are cases where even those skills.
Yep.
And as storyteller,
because it would have been if I picked up on anything.
3 successes.
Mm-hmm. Just if I get a general vibe from the
that's
domain.
a moderate success rate on that. The general vibe is the same that you noticed that first night, but now that you've been here long enough, you're noticing it's a constant thing, is that the streets has a level of energy that sings to your beast. It urges to let it loose, to give up control, to revel in what you are.
There is something very strange about this neighborhood.
Do you think places can become sentient?
I think if enough emotional energy is poured into a place, it can seem like it.
Well, I know we have another visitor here.
I imagine most of the places here do.
Yeah, but this one's a little different.
How?
It's like he's stuck doing the same thing over.
A death loop.
And over.
I don't see them myself. I've heard stories. When you live in New Orleans, lots of ghost stories.
A lot.
There are lots of ghosts in New Orleans.
I bet. I'm glad I can't see them.
It's good you can't.
So.
Sometimes it has its uses.
I'm sure it does. But I will opt to not.
It's been a while since we've talked with Lamar, so I just look around, see him, and just nod to him.
He's
while he's up
leaning
at the bar.
against the bar, holding a drink. He's not drinking,
He's holding up a corner of the bar.
but his eyes are. You've seen that look. You've seen it in wartime. It's the look of a soldier who is maintaining a situational awareness that is only honed in battle. And he has it, that look right now. Now, speaking of Lamar real quick, you notice that there's a mark on a wall that you've recognized. You couldn't tell how old it is, but it's been, looks like somebody tried to get rid of it, but they didn't repaint over it. They just scrubbed at it. But it's a Sabbat pack mark.
Would I also recognize this?
You are not where you can see it. This is because of where Lamar has been positioned watching. It's a Sabbat pack mark that was put on the wall at one point.
How far is it away from me?
It is 2 booths over from Kathy.
Okay.
So it's towards the back of the bar?
He's gonna take his drink and just maybe wander in that direction. Is there anybody sitting
Nope.
in that particular area? Okay, then yeah, he's gonna go ahead and slide into the booth closest to that, and then maybe see if he can get a better look at it, see if he recognizes which pack it might have belonged to.
Yep. And we will come back to you in a minute, and I return it back to the rest of the coterie.
So do you enjoy jazz, Destiny?
What?
Do you enjoy it, the music?
Oh, yes, it's wonderful.
They are quite good.
They really are. I'm sorry I wasn't really quite paying attention to the conversation. Did I miss anything?
No, we're just noticing how odd the neighborhood is.
It seems pretty odd.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, normal in some ways, though.
What way is normal?
I mean, I grew up on dangerous streets.
Oh. So it's more like being at home for you. A little?
In some ways. In some ways, not. We didn't have jazz bars like this on the dangerous streets.
No. Imagine not.
That is an oddity, given the nature of the streets here.
But Destiny, what do you think of their performance? Their technique.
It's glorious. It's impeccable. Do you hear the glissando of the trombone? Very rarely do they actually hit every single note. It's usually in the middle they're gonna just skip a couple, but no, they're hitting every single tone and overtone, and just his embouchure is perfect. It's just so glorious. I mean, I don't really want to keep going on and on and on, but
oh, please do.
okay. Well, the bass. I'm so happy he's using an upright bass.
I am as well.
So many jazz musicians now, they're like, oh, we can just get away with using an electric bass instead of using the upright. But the upright,
it's that tone.
What you need to do.
It's that tone. It has that richness to it. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, his bass is not the best of instruments, though. If you listen closely, it lacks some of the depth that you'd hear in some of the more expensive instruments. But I would assume you just can't afford the expensive instrument, right? You play jazz in a dive bar in a dangerous part of Chicago, you can't afford the good ones.
Exactly.
You wouldn't want to bring a good instrument because something bad could happen to it.
Perhaps they need a patron.
Perhaps they do. I don't have the funds to be a patron myself. Not yet, at least.
Give it time.
Now, while this conversation is going over, Lamar, you are looking at the symbol. Your guess, it's maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's not a decade old, and it's definitely older than a year or two that the symbol was put there. You don't recognize the pack symbol because each symbol takes their own, but getting this close, it is definitely a modified version of an inverted Ankh.
Lamar will take out his notepad and his pen, and he'll, sketch down the symbol that he sees. Mutter, mutter. Wish I could use a cell phone right now. It'd be so much nicer. Mutter, 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 mutter. And he will trace out that symbol onto his notepad, make sure he got it correct, and then he'll go ahead and put that away.
Now, while you're doing this, finish what you're going to say. Go ahead.
He'll put that away, and then he'll take a look around to see if anybody's paying attention to him doing this.
Now,
if not, good.
While you're doing this, Kathy gets up to go to leave. Now, you're focused on what you're doing, and you miss her leaving. The rest of the coterie, I assume, since Jacqueline, you've seen her at when she played. Roscoe and Jonathan see her. You see her exit the bar, and you catch just a slight glimpse of a man outside with her, or was waiting at the door as she came out. He's got long hair.
Seen him.
You've seen him too. He played with Baby Chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something about him.
Oh, besides the fact he's gorgeous?
He's gorgeous in a horrible way.
Mm-hmm.
There is something...
In a horrifying...
Yes. There's something cold and emotionless in his face as he's waiting. I mean, a hardness to it. And
it looks like a statue.
You've seen this before in Kindred that have given way to their beast one too many times.
Mm-hmm.
That they've lost what it meant to be alive.
Or the really old ones.
And when she comes out of the bar, you catch her locking arms with him as they stroll off. Now, Lamar, when you're done copying your symbol, you look around, you notice Kathy's gone, but no one seems to be paying attention to you as you're sitting there just writing. Actually, you're not the only one who's writing stuff. Spheres, there's several people with little, not small notepads. Looks like they've got like full pads that they're writing. By the way, they're hunched over. Maybe they're composing something or trying to, get inspiration while they listen to music. But I'll leave the other coterie parts to comment on Kathy leaving.
That one's dangerous.
Mm.
Which one?
Both of them.
Yes, but Nero
Especially.
The one that looked scary.
Yeah.
The one that's hauntingly beautiful? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Damien warned us about him.
Oh, do share.
Well, just after you'd gone in with your mark.
My mark. Oh, please. He's going to be my next doll.
Damien stepped out of the shadows and had a word with us.
Oh, so the sheriff was in our neighborhood.
Yes, he was just keeping an eye on things.
Of course he was.
Yeah.
He seemed to be happy that that situation out front was diffused.
Oh, good.
That met with his approval.
Good.
So
what did he warn?
He just warned Lamar to not getting any kind of ideas where.
Oh no, about Kathy?
Where she's concerned. Yeah.
Yeah. No. That look was definitely possessive.
I'd agree.
I've seen that look.
Now, Destiny, you did see who they're referencing, but you don't know who he is. But you caught that guy even, because if you see him, he's not one you'll ever forget.
I do wonder if they are wedded, as we say.
Wonder.
Mm-hmm.
And you all see Lamar was scribbling something up until she left because she walked right by him. Yeah, she walked right by Lamar coming out.
Yes.
Did we notice
that's part of their meeting?
And now I will roll for Jonathan because now that he's been drawn attention to that section. Actually, Jonathan, you roll streetwise and intelligence.
Streetwise intelligence?
Did Kathy, as she walked by to leave, did she look down to see what Lamar was sketching out?
She was dead set focused on Nero.
How many?
Quattro.
Four. You notice that there is a faded, inverted spiked ankh. Very faded. But you caught a sight above where Lamar's sitting.
Interesting.
And because of the way you just reacted, everybody here saw you do that, but they don't know what you're reacting to.
What's up?
Interesting.
What's up, Johnny?
Just our little friends. The things you see.
What do you mean?
Must you be so cryptic?
Of course I must always be cryptic. It's in my blood.
Literally.
I would like to premonition.
Knew it was coming. Knew it was coming.
I was waiting for that.
I was too.
Knew it was coming. Damn it. Resolve all specs. Damn, I should have thought about the allowable lore sheets when that come on.
I know, right? You just
Well, I
messed
have,
yourself
in
up.
my defense, I have attempted to not abuse it.
No, you use it. You actually do use it at the proper time when big shit happens because you want to get a feel. While
Premonition is not all the time around.
That might need a willpower.
that was 4. While she's doing
Want me
that,
to willpower?
Yeah.
while she's doing that,
Okay.
Lamar, what are you doing after you were done?
How do I do that?
You do a
He's going
SP.
to put away his.
I did. It said no dice.
Okay, so you're just going
Just
to
roll 3 dice.
roll 3 dice.
Right click
Okay.
the die at the bottom of the screen and go to 3. And then add 1 superficial willpower damage to your character sheet manually.
Okay, will do.
It's weird if you don't use the willpower quick enough, it says you can't use it.
Yeah.
So-
That is an extra 2.
Yep, that ups you to 6.
For 6.
And then we'll see what Lamar was going to do while your eyes glazed over.
Lamar will put away his notepad and his pen, and then he'll come and join the group.
Okay.
He'll find a seat.
And you sit down right as you see Eleanor's eyes glaze over.
Oh, he sits down right by Jackie.
Okay. And Eleanor's eyes glaze over. Eleanor, your vision shifts. And you see a group. You don't know what this group is. You can't identify the group. But it's a group of somethings. And then wolves beset them and tear into them. One by one, they fall. And you see the wolves leave. And one of them crawls up from the bottom of the pile and drags itself off. And then your vision returns.
Is she okay?
6 successes was very good.
Oh, she's fine. She spaces out. You know the Malkavians have that network thing? Sometimes they can't tune it out.
And you said Malkavian in the bar.
I'm sorry. I said it quietly, though.
I know, but let me make a note.
Sorry. My bad. Can I back that up? You know how they have that thing?
Right.
You trying to be a rap song?
Yes.
I mean, granted, there is jazz music playing.
Yeah, there's
It
music.
covers a lot.
Covers a lot.
But so we're aware. I caught you said it.
Damn it. That was a
The,
fuck up. Just like people saying sheriff in the damn place.
But there are sheriffs that are.
Not in Chicago.
Chicago has a sheriff's department.
Yeah,
Maybe.
well.
They do.
Baby.
So
They got deputies.
the whole time while I'm listening to music and the other people are chatting around with me, I would like to be looking around the other patrons of the bar to see if I can see what they're drawing or if anybody's saying anything interesting.
There are several. They're not drawing.
Yeah, they've got their pads
Yeah,
of paper out.
it looks like they're writing something. Words. It's not drawings. It's words. One of them you would swear may be drawing based on the angle you're at. Actually, might be drawing scale, musical scale, while they're listening to the music. Now, the rest of the patrons of the bar, it's late enough in the evening. The liquor has been flowing. There's not many sober faces in the place. Not like shit stirring, falling over drunk, but they are definitely very loose at the time. But you still get a feeling of, I mean, you didn't notice it until now when you were really paying attention. There's also a latent hostility around the bar.
Okay. Okay. All right. Just hostile to everything in general.
That is correct.
Okay.
I look over to Jonathan. So, how did your conversation with Miss Kathy go?
It was fun at first, and then suddenly it shifted.
See, did you Did you not say you liked your dress enough, or?
No, I think it's rather something about.
Well, you are
I
cryptic.
can be. I am.
By the way, Lamar, when she left, did you notice who she left with?
No, I was investigating a little something. Did our good friend Damien pop up again?
No, Nero.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that guy.
It was a sight to see.
Be careful.
He's standing between me and,
No, let that one
No.
go.
You and your future?
Yeah, maybe. But like you said, I can let it go. I'm a guy. I don't hold on to things. I can just let it be. Water under the bridge. It's already forgotten.
Oh, speaking of, the gentleman that I bought a drink for has completely forgotten you as well. I'm just so captivating.
Well, all right then. It's cold. I'm not gonna let it get me right here, though. I'm gonna be okay. But that was not nice. I just want to point that out.
There's a lot of hostility around here, not just between you two. I'm gonna go make a request of the band.
Okay.
No hostility here. It's all love here. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the weird thing I feel.
All love.
You feel that too?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It could be indigestion. You guys eat a lot.
No.
Wow.
Something else.
You do not comment on a lady's eating habits.
I mean,
I
with that charm,
didn't
why
just-
aren't the ladies banging down your door?
Because I boarded it up. I was only pointing out.
Say that the dress does make someone look fat.
Who are you calling fat?
No. I was just simply saying next he will be saying that the dress does make someone look fat.
Oh no, you stepped in that all by yourself. Don't try to deflect it back on me, man.
No. That's exactly what I said.
I see what you mean about hostility.
Right. The request.
Yes,
Yes.
go do that.
I walk up to the band.
Okay. And somebody actually, before you get too close to him, gets up from a chair next to the stage and can I help you. Kind of leans in real close to you to say it because you're right by the stage.
Is the guy drunk?
No, completely sober.
Okay. I wanted to make a request.
Reaches into his pocket, pulls out a piece of paper and a little stub of a pencil, says, write it down, bring it back to me. You do understand it's expected a tip to go with any request of the band, of course.
Of course. Wouldn't expect anything less. We need a little bit of a happier song, I think.
You're just not reading this crowd, are you?
Well, I am reading the crowd, and that's why we need a happier song. I think we need some blue skies.
Hey, you give a tip, write it down, and we'll play it.
I'll give a tip.
Okay. And you write the song down, give a tip. And he takes it and he lays it up right on the edge of the stage where the band members can see it when they get their next, pause between songs so they can come over and take a look at it. And you head back to the group. And at this point, I think it's a time to end this episode. Right where we want to be in time. I think the coterie has had some revelations. There's a nice little vision somebody had that they probably will be sharing with somebody. So far, she only shares her premonitions with one individual. And since everyone saw the premonition, we don't have to have that on screen. But they found out this coterie has been handed a domain that isn't as peachy as everything appeared. And I'd like to thank my players for this amazing game. The viewers, last week's overall engagement was great. The viewer XP went to Destiny because the little cats thing just
And the snark.
and the snark blew them all away. So, of course, every other player gets 2 XP. Viewers, I'm going to do this first. Viewers, pop over to our Discord right over there. We got a link every time we do a stream. We put it in there. If you're watching it on YouTube, it'll be too late to vote, but still come to our Discord. It's in the bottom on YouTube. Vote for who you think should get a bonus XP. It's in Shytown chat. It could be for any reason. It could be for no reason. Anyone you want can get a bonus XP, not me. I don't need to level up. This group does not need me leveling up. I don't need to add any more dots to my disciplines.
Please no.
Yes. So thank you on that. Now, of course, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we will be right here for season 1. Sorry, 5 p.m. Damn it, I'm horrible about that.
He keeps saying 8 p.m.
Because every other stream we've done lately has been 8 p.m. Yes, 5 p.m. Eastern, sorry.
5 p.m. Eastern.
Yep.
Don't get it mixed up.
We will be here at Windy City after dark. Vampire the Masquerade, we love it. Tuesday nights, 8 p.m. That is 8 p.m. though.
Yes.
Eastern is Haunted Chronicles. It's a Chronicles of Darkness game. And then once a month, it's Darker Waters, which is a 7th Sea pirate. I'm not even going to say pirate. It's not necessarily pirate. It's a 7th Seas naval adventure.
Yes.
Horror. Bad shit happens.
Yeah.
Sundays, now at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Nope. Saturdays.
Damn it. Okay, I quit. Berlin can handle the outro.
Okay. So Saturdays at 3 p.m., we have our D&D 5e game, Ishvel, run by the amazing Tiss. It is a fun romp through a Norse-inspired world, so do check that out. And then we do have another one-shot coming up. It's not this week, it's next week. It is a special one-shot run by Tam Shu on Friday evening at 8 p.m. It's a Darker World one-shot. It is a noir one-shot set in the 1930s. So do check that out.
Okay, because, yeah, I can't talk. If you like what we're doing here and you want to support the channel, you can look over here in the chat. If you have Amazon Prime, you get a free subscription. You can support us. If you want to give something to the players, because the players, all bits and donations go to the players, feel free. They could buy some coffee, maybe get some Starbucks. I wouldn't buy Starbucks except for Verlin. By the way, none of the money goes to Verlin or I. I have to buy her Starbucks.
He has to buy my shit.
Yep, and that's just the way that is. Just to let everybody know that. If you want to check out other great content, check out our friends' channels over here. Right after this, not like immediately, but at 8:30 Eastern, is Macabre. I keep going blue.
Your camera.
My cam link is acting weird.
Yep.
8:30 p.m. Eastern, Macabre Derek does another vampire stream. Detroit Overhaul.
Yep.
Detroit by Night Overhaul. It's a great, dark, viscerally, emotionally evil game. Plunder's actually one of the mods over on that channel. I noticed that.
Maybe.
And if you would like to see any back content, we have YouTube channels for the McStabber streams run by Shanky and myself, and even some of the one-shots run by other GMs. That is on the McStabber Studios YouTube channel. We also have channels for the Haunted Chronicles universe, which includes the Haunted Chronicles Black Death Chronicle and the Darker Waters Chronicle. So go give them a free subscribe on YouTube. And then we also have a YouTube channel for Ishvel, our D&D 5e stream. So go give them a free subscribe on YouTube as well. Once we get both Haunted Chronicles and Ishvel up to 100 subs on YouTube, which are free, guys, just go click it. It's fine. It's free. It does nothing to harm you. Do it for free. We're going to give away 2 $50 gift cards to Drive Through RPG right here on this channel. So go do that. Get free shit.
Yep, get free shit. I like that. Go do that. Get free shit.
Get free shit.
Would the players like to say anything?
As always,
We gonna die, y'all.
We are so
We
going to
gonna
die.
Yeah, we're screwed.
We're fucked.
No,
Man, I was trying to keep it optimistic.
Well, let me hear the optimism. I got to hear the optimism here.
Yeah, let's have optimism.
I was just gonna, as usual, great session. Lamar is probably going to try to get y'all killed, though.
Lamar's gonna go after Kathy with a K and get us all fucking killed, Joel.
With a K.
He likes that Eastern Bloc mixed Indian kind of bloodline
He
she's
likes
got.
the chick.
Dangerous.
He has not learned his lesson of never fuck with a Toreador. They will fuck you up.
And
Yeah.
And they all taste good.
You remember you said something about Nosferatu obsession? Yeah. Bad with the Toreador if you're the obsession. Just saying.
Because one day it's obsession, the next day you're passe.
yeah, that's true. I would like to say thank you, Plunder, for coming and making it, even though
even in spite
you
of
were
your
without power. You
challenges.
got your power back right before we went to record this, but then
no internet.
no
5
internet.
minutes before.
Yep.
5 minutes before.
And you've had some problems with audio because you're on cell towers that everybody at once is fucking using because
there's no internet.
But thank you for making the session. You're a dedicated fucking player because
Thank you
I wouldn't
so
have made
much.
the session because if I don't have net, I'm not using my phone. That's just not for me. I can't host it and record off a phone. So
Yeah.
this was an amazing session, and thank you all for coming out. We will see you next week.
And thank you, Lady Mirwith, for creating amazing art of
Yep.
our coterie.
You're
Yes.
welcome.
And thank you,
Love that.
Destiny, for
awesome.
not bringing up the demon hell spawn kitties again because
What do you mean? My kitty is the most beautiful kitty in the whole entire world, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to meet her next week.
Yes.
Plunder's sitting there. Oh, look at that.
Oh, it's a baby.
It's a baby kitty.
It's so cute.
It is
It's
so
like I'm just
cute.
chilling while you hold me up.
Why are you holding me? I was chilling.
Good night,
Also,
everyone.
proof of Satan's
Good night,
See you
everybody.
next
Thank
We
you
will
so
see
much
you
for
next
joining
week.
us. See you next week.
See you next week.